And welcome, everyone. A very pleasant good afternoon here. A matinee game here for the Brevard College Tornadoes today against Northern Vermont-Lyndon. The Hornets traveling here to take on the Nados for a few games here this weekend, one today and then a doubleheader tomorrow, 11 a.m. and 1:30 p.m., the first pitch times for those two games. But for today, just one match here at 2 o'clock. It will be a 9-inning game. First pitch about 20 minutes away. Nados sitting at 3-3 after sweeping a doubleheader this past Sunday against Toccoa Falls College, who they previously were swept by at Toccoa Falls on Saturday, getting a measure of revenge there. Cale Ayler with a big day. Blake Burchett with a big day on the base pass on Sunday. And the Nados looking to keep the ship rolling here as we head into game number 7 on the season against Northern Vermont-Lyndon. Back here in just a moment with starting lineups and more. Tornadoes and Hornets coming your way in just about 20 minutes. Back here at Gilcone Field, just a few moments away from first pitch, about 10 minutes to be exact. 2 o'clock first pitch here this afternoon, and a matinee showdown between the Brevard College Tornadoes and the Northern Vermont-Lyndon Hornets taking place here. 9-inning ball game, doubleheader tomorrow. It'll be 2 7-inning games, and we're awaiting the lineup for Northern Vermont-Lyndon, but we do have the Tornadoes lineup, but we'll give it to you right now. Batting first and playing second base, number 6, Blake Burchett. Right behind him in his normal spot is Zach Allison, the right fielder, number 4. In the 3-hole, another familiar face, number 15, Logan Clark, the center fielder, and batting cleanup, the machine, number 26, the first baseman, Cale Ayler. Back in the lineup, the freshman phenom last season, here for year 2, the third baseman, number 19, Frankie Vasquez. Batting 6th and playing left field, number 1, Lucas Granada. Batting 7th, the DH, number 99, Riley Hochran. And batting 8th, the catcher, number 30, Hayden Jennings. And batting 9th, rounding things out, playing shortstop, number 3, Luke Morton. On the mound is going to be number 17, Jacob Thompson, as the Nados try and capture win number 4 in 7 tries here this afternoon. Tornadoes and Hornets back here in just a moment. First pitch coming right up here from Gilcone Field. And there you have it, folks, the national anthem and the starting lineups for each team. And Jacob Thompson now on the mound, taking his warm-up tosses as the Tornadoes prepare for a ball game here against Northern Vermont-Lyndon. The Northern Vermont-Lyndon Hornets. Northern Vermont University Lyndon Hornets sit at 1-1. Only 2 games played for them so far on the campaign. NATO sitting at 3-3 here in ball game number 7, trying to get a victory and get above 500. Thompson so far 1 appearance, 2 innings, 2 strikeouts, and an ERA of 18 in those 2 innings. Just got knocked around a little bit there in the latter half of that one. It was 2 solo shots, I believe, that he allowed in that ball game he appeared in. And now looking to have a good start here on the mound against the Northern Vermont University Hornets. And first off into the box is going to be the shortstop, number 11, TJ Santal. Santal stepping into the box here, and the righty deals pitch number 1. He will take it for ball 1. First pitch here at 2:03 at Gilcone Field. A Thursday afternoon in Brevard. Second pitch swinging, chopped up the middle. This one will be taken by Jennings, and it'll be ruled foul. Fair. Out number 1, some confusion there. The batter thought it might have gone foul. Looking around, Santal wanting an explanation and still pleading his case there at the plate. And now the home plate umpire going to look down to the first base umpire for some assistance here. Santal chopped that one really high. Jennings and Thompson both came over to it. Jennings picked it up, and they will call it as it stands, and out, and Santal will be sent back to the dugout reluctantly, however. And now head coach Cameron Curler already out of the dugout with some confusion there. I think that he thinks that one might have hit foul as soon as it chopped and should have never been a fair ball. Home plate umpire and him go their separate ways, and now here's Mark Osorio. So a ground out to the catcher as it is ruled, and now pitch number 1 to Osorio is in there for a strike. NATO's wearing the blue jerseys with the gray pants and caps today. Second pitch almost got him to chase. Instead he takes for ball 1. Pitch number 3 here to Osorio is swung on, chopped over to third. Vasquez has it. Throw on to first. Ayler reaches up and grabs it off the top shelf for out number 2. Vasquez in his return to action here in the starting lineup. Remember his great freshman campaign last year, looking to add on to it here. And now with his first chance to at Gilcone Field this season. And now it'll be Dylan Wilson, the second baseman, up to him to keep the inning alive. First pitch taken for ball 1. Thompson quickly back on the rubber and delivers. Ball low, 2-0 count to start him off. Only the 3rd game played for the Hornets, game number 7 for the Tornadoes. If you think that discrepancy is wild. Already 12 games played for Toccoa Falls when we saw them the other day. Sawed them off with a high and tight fastball there. And a hitter's count at 2-1 for Wilson. Thompson ready to pitch. Wilson asking for time and getting it. Now he's in the box. Thompson winds up, throws that one, chopped foul down the third base side, and we're even at 2 apiece. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here in the top half of the first. Tornadoes and Hornets. Jacob Thompson has gotten through the first 2 hitters in this Hornet lineup, looking to get through his 3rd here. He winds up. He delivers outside ball 3. Thompson tried to sell it walking off the mound. That one was clearly outside, however. And now a full count here. trying to end the first inning. The payoff pitch. Thompson delivers, taken high for ball 4, and he lost him. Went from 2-0, battled back to get to 2-2, and then 2 straight balls to get Wilson on base. A base on balls there for the Hornets second baseman, and now the designated hitter Tyler Murrow, number 15, the tall lefty, stepping into the box. The first pitch is chopped right side. Burchett going after it, diving play, throw on a first, he got him. Blake Burchett with the range. Like a prime Dustin Pedroia out there ranging to his left. Gets out number 3, and we head to the home half of the first. It'll be Burchett, Allison, and Clark to start things off. Scoreless here after half an inning at Gilcone Field. Back here for the bottom of the first at Gilcone Field Tornado Baseball. It'll be Blake Burchett after the stellar defensive play in the top of the first, looking to make an impact with his bat here. Blake had 5 stolen bases in the doubleheader on Sunday, led Division III in stolen bases last year. Obviously a threat if he can get on, and that's exactly what he'll try and do here against Nathan Bigelow. Bigelow's first pitch is going to hit him, and he will do just that, getting on base with a first pitch hit by pitch. And we'll see if Blake decides to run here. His first trip onto the base pass. Over there talking things over with first base coach and assistant coach Rob Julian. And Burchett can fly. We'll see if he does here early on against Bigelow. Obviously, Northern Vermont-Lyndon, not a team that's very familiar with the Tornadoes. An out-of-conference foe, might not know about Burchett and his stolen base ability. Ball 1 there to Zach Allison, the right fielder. His first plate appearance on the day. Looking to do something with it with a man on first and nobody out. Bigelow, the pitch. Burchett's going. Low and away. The throw down to second. Nowhere close. So a ball there to Allison, and Burchett easily getting in there. A good throw may could have got him, but that one way to the right of the bag. Not even a close competitive play there at second. An easy swipe there for Blake. And a very good chance he might try and steal third here in a second. We see it a lot. Saw it the other day against Toccoa Falls. Stole second and third. One of his trips on the paths. And Zach Allison now with a 2-ball, no-strike count. Bigelow struggling to throw strikes, and that's the reason for the meeting. 2 balls and no strikes. 3 pitches, 3 balls, one of them hitting Burchett. And now the pitch is taken for a strike. First one that Bigelow has gotten to find the zone. Burchett takes his lead at second. No one holding him close here. Bigelow takes a look back. Burchett moving around, and he will not go. Low and away for ball 3. 3 balls and a strike here to the NATO right fielder. Bigelow looks in, gets the sign now, takes a look back at Burchett, and delivers. That one is ball 4. So 6 pitches and 5 balls for Bigelow, and all of a sudden it's first and second with nobody out for Logan Clark, the 3-hole hitter and the Tornado center fielder. Logan Clark with an opportunity here. Nobody out, 2 men on. And the corner's playing in on the infield. Bigelow, first pitch to Clark is taken for strike 1. The first hitter that Bigelow has gotten ahead of here in 3 tries. Allison on first. He'll follow the lead of Blake Burchett on second. Second pitch is smashed to the left side gap. Burchett rounding third. Is he going to try it? He will. Throw to the plate is going to be cut off. Blake Burchett comes across, and it's 1-0 Tornadoes here in the bottom of the first. An RBI single there. Allison stays put at second. And now here comes Cale Ayler. Cale Ayler was a machine on Sunday against Toccoa Falls, and the first pitch is swung and sent straight back to us. Strike 1 there to Ayler with the yellow batting gloves. Might be his secret sauce, and the reason we see Cale mash so many into the gaps. No balls and a strike. Bigelow starting to find the zone with a little bit more consistency. Tall lefty first baseman for the Nados at the plate. 0-1, swings and sends another one foul straight back. You can tell he wants to hit one a long way here. Ayler with some big-time swings here on his first 2, and now in an 0-2 hole as a result of it. He's gotten just under the ball, sending it back towards the press box, and now back into the batter's box for the 0-2 pitch. Allison standing on second. Logan Clark at first after the RBI single. Bigelow takes a look back at him and now comes set. The 0-2 pitch swung laser down the right side, foul again. Cale's right on it, just needs to put it straight ahead. Bigelow now getting reset. Ayler starting to get the timing on him. Wouldn't be surprised to see him try a breaking ball here to the Tornado first baseman. Bigelow, the 0-2. That one is ripped into right field. A base hit for Ayler. Coming around third is Allison. Allison will score easily. Clark chugging around third. Throw into the cutoff man, and now there will be no play. An RBI triple for Cale Ayler, and it's 3-0 Tornadoes. Ayler continues to hit the ball hard. Fought off a few pitches there, couldn't quite get on it, and then sends a triple into the right field gap to plate. 2 more runs here for the Tornadoes. Second Tornado hit, plates 2 runs there. Allison and Clark coming across on the Ayler triple, and now he stands 90 feet away. First pitch to Vasquez is popped up back. Catcher coming in after it, and he will not have a play. Strike 1 against Frankie Vasquez, making his return to the lineup here. Playing third base for the Tornadoes and batting 5th, and him and Ayler were a lethal duo last season. Hopefully more of the same here in 2023. No balls and a strike here to Vasquez. Nado's already with a 3 spot here in the first, 4 batters in. The pitch to Vasquez, swung on. Did he go? He did not. Vasquez just able to check his swing there. And now count even at 1 apiece. Bigelow comes set, the 1-1. Low and away for ball 2, and now a hitter's count for Frankie with Ayler 90 feet away on the third base bag. Ayler, not normally known as a speed threat, was able to hit that one into the gap in right field, and perhaps preoccupied with the 2 runners trying to come around and score. Ayler was able to find himself on third. 2 balls and a strike here to Frankie Vasquez. The pitch is in there on the low outside part of the zone for strike 2. A little bit of disagreement from the Tornado dugout there. And the count back even at 2 apiece. Nobody out still. Cale Ayler, 90 feet away. The pitch to Vasquez is sent down the shortstop side. The throw on to first is not going to be scooped up by the first baseman. That will probably be an infield hit. Frisha not able to handle the throw there from Santal, and it is 4-0 Tornadoes. Frankie Vasquez able to plate a run there. And now Granada will come to the plate. Bigelow still has not retired a Tornado. 3 base hits, a hit by pitch, and a walk in the first 5 hitters. And the NATOs having their way right now with Northern Vermont-Lyndon. First pitch in there to Granada, right down Peachtree for strike 1. Vasquez standing on first, the third baseman. And he's going to go. Throw down to second will not be in time. It's another stolen base for the Tornadoes. They're second here in the first inning, and Vasquez in scoring position now. Frustration continuing to mount for the Hornets. NATOs have checked about every box here in this first inning. A phenomenal defensive play, a triple, a hit by pitch, a walk, a single, stolen bases. NATO's doing everything right now, and it's 4-0 in the first as a result. Bigelow, the 0-2 pitch here to Granada, is swung on and chopped foul down the left side. And he'll survive for at least another pitch. 4-0 here already. Home half of the first. NATO bats are hot, and still without an out recorded. Pitch number 20 coming here for Nathan Bigelow. Definitely some early insurance for Jacob Thompson as Granada pops this one up on the infield. And it will be brought in there by Santal for out number 1. And now coming to the plate is the designated hitter, number 99, Riley Hochran. Hochran with the 99, reminiscent of Aaron Judge. Stepping into the box here. Almost a similar stance to Judge. Hochran with a man on second and 1 away here finally in the first inning. Hochran will take strike 1 on the outside corner. Frankie Vasquez after the stolen base standing at second as Bigelow gets ready for the 0-1 delivery. Here it is. That one swung and driven straight back. For strike number 2, a foul ball. And Bigelow trying to do some damage control here and set down Hochran as opposed to allowing another Tornado run here. A base hit would do just that. And that's what Hochran seeks here. No balls and 2 strikes here to Riley Hochran, the designated hitter. Vasquez trying to dupe the pitcher out there at second, and Hochran will receive ball 1. The more I look at the stance, it kind of looks more like an Alex Bregman stance for those that know what that looks like. Whatever gets the job done. Now the pitch to Hochran is swung, hit over to shortstop, and a bad hop. Vasquez going to come around and score. That will be an error against the shortstop, and now the throw gets by the second baseman, but Bigelow there to back it up, and Bigelow nearly earned out number 2. Instead, it'll be another run and likely an E6. So an E6 more than likely here against Santal. TJ Santal has had a rough day. A controversial call earlier that had his head coach out of the dugout, ruled him out in his first plate appearance. And now an error there. Hochran now standing on first after the bad hop eats up Santal. And now it'll be the 8-hole hitter, Hayden Jennings, the catcher. Throwback over to first. Hockern in there easily without a dive. Nato's putting the bat on the ball. Can't ask for more if you're head coach Mike Victory and the rest of the crew. A 5-0 lead here in the first. Only one man retired so far, and we're on the 8-hole hitter. And now it looks like it's going to be a balk against Bigelow. Hockern will move up 90 feet, and nothing is going right for the Hornets right now. Hockern now standing in scoring position. Nato's already with a 5 spot here in the first inning. Pitch to Jennings, taken for strike 1. Jennings was playing third base for the Tornadoes the other day, now behind the dish and catching Jacob Thompson. And the pitch, low and away for ball 1. Bigelow struggling out there right now. Ball and a strike here to Hayden Jennings, the Tornado catcher. Riley Hockern standing on second after the balk, and this one swung on and missed. Bit early there, might have had him fooled. And now a ball and 2 strikes for Hayden Jennings. Luke Morton on deck, the Tornado shortstop, the 9-hole hitter. Nato's nearly having batted around here in this first frame. Blake Burchett might have put some juice into the Natos with a defensive play earlier in the first. Jennings pops this up. Santal getting a lot of work this inning will make the catch for out number 2. And it'll be up to Luke Morton to not strand Riley Hockern over there at second with the 5-run lead. In fact, the last 3 plays have gone over to shortstop to Santal. 2 pops and then the error that scored Frankie Vasquez. Pitch number 30 coming here for Bigelow with 2 outs in the first, facing Luke Morton. And the first pitch taken for strike 1. Bigelow trying to keep himself at a 5-0 deficit. A rough first inning for the Hornets. Don't want it to get any worse with Hockern standing on second for the Tornadoes. Pitch coming here, and it'll be a bunt laid down by Morton. Hornets weren't ready for it. Throw on to first. Will not get him. The inning will continue, and the lineup card will flip back over to Blake Burchett, who started this all with a hit by pitch. Infield bunt single there for Luke Morton, and we saw him do that the other day. We saw him lay a bunt down on Sunday. And now, time being called. Some sort of discussion between head coach Cameron Curler once again and the home plate umpire. Five to nothing Tornadoes. They've batted around this inning. Everyone in the Tornado lineup has come to the plate, and we'll see if there will be a pitching change here. Will Bigelow come out, or will he stay in? Head coach Cameron Curler to decide that as he's out there on the mound. His team already trailing 5-0 here in the first. And discussion still ongoing. Either he's going to keep Bigelow in there, or he's buying some time for someone else. Not a good view of the Hornet bullpen from where we sit. And it looks like he's going to allow Bigelow to continue. The second inning might be a different story, but for now, Cameron Bigelow will continue out there, and he will face the man who started this all off. The very first pitch of the inning, Blake Burchett, was hit by Bigelow. And a repeat of that would load the bases. Any kind of knock scores a run here and makes it 6-0. Burchett, again, hit by a pitch his first time up. Bigelow ready, and now the pitch. Ooh, inside, called for a strike. That one looked like it was near hitting him again. but called a strike nonetheless, and Burchett in an 0-1 hole. Bigelow delivers that one, taken high for ball one. Might would have been a strike for another batter, but Blake with his short stature playing to his advantage there, evening the count at 1 apiece. Bigelow throws back over to first, and Morton in there easily. Riley Hochran on third, runners on the corners for the Tornadoes. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. From Gilcone Field, skies a little bit gray here on this Thursday afternoon in Brevard. Pitch fouled back, and it's a 1-2 count for Burchett. Bigelow getting ready to toe the rubber once more. Has Burchett in a 1-2 hole, looking to finish him off here. Natos looking to extend the inning. A 5-run first already to this point, but 2 outs here with runners on the corners. The pitch, Bigelow taken for a ball. Morton faked as if he was about to head over to second, instead dove back to first, as it looked like the catcher, Osorio, was getting ready to make a throw either behind the runner or down to second. Instead, a ball that was dropped by the catcher, and the count's even at 2. Pitch to Burchett, swung on, ripped into center field, under it, chasing after it, and making the catch is Fernandez, and that will finally bring this first inning to a merciful end. The Tornadoes bat around and bring 5 runs across. 5-run lead for Jacob Thompson as we come back here for the top half of the second. Back in just a moment from Gilcone Field, Thursday afternoon baseball. Back here for the top of the second inning. Natos putting up a 5 spot there on 4 hits. An error, a hit by pitch, and a walk there in inning number 1. And Jacob Thompson with some breathing room here as he takes the mound for his second inning of work. Allowed 1 base runner in inning number 1, and the first pitch is fouled down the third base side on the ground. Thompson will get the ball right back from the Hornet assistant coach. Second pitch is low and away for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch from Thompson. Inside pitch, swing over to third. Picked up by Vasquez over to first. Ayler able to make the catch out number 1. A nice play there by Vasquez. And a nice pitch by Thompson to hang him up there inside. Frisha sent down the first baseman. And it'll bring up the left fielder, number 21, Anthony Ness. Ness at the plate here. Thompson delivers. That one driven right over to Vasquez. He bobbles it, picks it up, throw on to first in the dirt. Ayler makes the scoop for out number 2. Another quick ground out over there to Frankie Vasquez. He booted it for just a moment, is able to put enough on the throw, and Ayler able to extend enough to make the catch and get out number 2, and that'll bring up number 35, Alberto Bustamante. Thompson making quick work so far, the Hornet hitters, these first 2 frames. First pitch here is taken for strike one on the black. Already 3 groundouts from Vasquez to Ayler as that pitch taken low and away for ball one. The ball has found Frankie Vasquez 3 times already on the ground, and all 3 he's gotten it over to the big first baseman, Cale Ayler, as that one fouled down the right side, and it'll be a ball and 2 strikes here. A chance to quickly finish off the second inning for the Hornets. Bustamante sitting in a 1-2 hole. Nados with a 5-0 lead. Pitch by Thompson. Taken, ball 2, just above the letters. Two balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here in the second. The pitch by Thompson is lined in a right field. Allison chasing after it. He will make the catch over with room to make it. And now we head to the bottom of the second. Nados leading at 5-0. Coming up to the bat will be Allison, Clark, and Ayler when we get back. Afternoon baseball here, back in just a moment from Gil Cone Field. Back here for the home half of the first, it'll be Zach Allison, who walked his first time up. It'll be Bigelow back out there after the 5-run first, and the first pitch over to Allison is swung on and missed. Allison maybe a little upset that he missed that one. But it's only strike one. Now Bigelow coming set at the letters again. The pitch is grounded over to the right side and fielded by the first baseman, who will take it over himself, Stephen Frisha, on that one, and it'll be out number 1. A much quicker out number 1 than Bigelow got in the first. And it'll be Logan Clark stepping into the box. Clark got the scoring going with an RBI single in inning number 1. It scored Blake Burchett from second. And now looking to add on to that here. First pitch to number 15 is swung on, grounded over to short. And the throw on to first is brought in by Frisha. And quick work so far of the Nados in inning number 2. A much different story for Bigelow as compared to the first. But one final task before getting to the third will be Cale Ayler, who had the 2-run triple. Plating runs number 2 and 3 out of 5 for the Nados. Ayler stepping into the box, 1-for-1 with a 2-run triple in inning number 1. The pitch taken for strike 1. No balls and a strike. Pitch here from Bigelow is ripped into right field. That one is going. It is back, and it is gone. Cale Ayler with a solo shot halfway to the cycle here in inning number 2 for Cale Ayler. He's got the 2 hardest ones out of the way, and it's 6-0 Tornadoes as the yellow gloves crossing home plate. Ayler is on fire. Only retired once in the 2 games on Sunday, and now starting this one off with a bang. A 2-run triple and a solo home run in the first 2 appearances for number 26, and now Frankie Vasquez will step into the box. Vasquez reached on an RBI infield single his first time up, beat it out at first. And now Bigelow thought he was getting out of the inning unscathed. Instead, Cale Ayler sending a towering shot down the right field line. And this guy just continues to impress as Vasquez sits in an 0-1 hole. I'm telling you, it's the yellow batting gloves. You see it with Acuna, now you see it with Cale Ayler. The 0-1 taken for ball one. Ball and a strike here to the Tornado third baseman. 6-0 Tornadoes here in the bottom of the second. The pitch is a breaking ball that reaches the zone on the outside part of the plate for strike two. Pitch here from Bigelow. High and away to even the count up at 2 apiece. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. It was a quick first 2 outs until Cale Ayler launched the home run into right field. And the rain's starting to come down here at Gilcone Field. Pitch to Vasquez, outside, and the count is full. Bigelow looking on. That was the second home run of the year for the Tornadoes, and that one lifted into left. Coming on now and making the catch is the left fielder Ness, and that will retire the Tornadoes here in the second. Brevard gets another run off the bat of Cale Ayler. A triple and a home run his first 2 at-bats, and the Tornadoes lead it 6-0. Top of the third here in just a moment. Jacob Thompson back to work. Back here for the top half of the third, Jacob Thompson out on the mound making good work so far, making quick work. Only 20 pitches through 2 innings, 12 of those for strikes. And 4 of the 8 balls coming to 1 batter. So efficiency for Jacob Thompson. And the first batter that he will see swings and misses, and it is Matt Gagnon. The right fielder, Gagnon, takes ball 1. A ball and a strike here. Thompson delivers. That one swung on and missed again by Gagnon, the 6', 180 freshman out of St. Albans, Vermont. And the pitch almost rung him up. Instead, it's 2-2. Gagnon, the number 8 hitter for the Hornets, and he will take strike 3. Got him looking. First strikeout for Thompson has been inducing a lot of ground balls. And now the bottom of the lineup, number 16, the center fielder, Brandon Fernandez. Fernandez from Sayreville, New Jersey. And the first pitch to him taken for strike 1. The sun already starting to peek back out here at Gilcone Field. And the pitch. Inside for ball one. Ball and a strike, 1 out here. And the pitch to Fernandez inside again for ball two. That one ripped down the right side, foul. Ayler diving to reach that one, couldn't get it. And Fernandez now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Thompson trying to rub the ball off a little bit. As we said, a little bit rainy here the last few moments at Gilcone Field. Ball might be a little bit slippery. Now the 2-2 pitch here from Thompson is a breaking ball that can't find the zone. Count full. Fernandez trying to draw the second walk for the Hornets. And instead, he will rip it into center. It'll drop for a base hit. The first hit for the Hornets. And it comes from the 9-hole hitter, Fernandez. So Thompson allowing his first base hit and his second base runner on the 9th hitter he faces. And it'll be back up top to TJ Santal. Santal, the controversial ruling his first time up. Him and his coach wanted it to be ruled a foul ball. Instead, it was a chopper that Jennings threw over to first to get him. And the throw back to first this time, Ayler has to reach a little bit for it, and Fernandez in there safely. 6-0 Tornadoes here, top of the third. Thompson coming set, now fires. That one ripped in the air, right field, chasing after it. Allison, he is going to get there and make the catch as he falls down onto the track, and an impressive out number 2 there from Zach Allison. The hat flying off and making the catch. Tough break there once again for Santal, as he'll now be 0 for 2. A spectacular effort there from Zach Allison. Looked like that one was surely going to drop for extra bases and possibly the first Hornet run. Instead, it's a loud and long out number 2, and Fernandez in danger of being stranded at first with Marco Sorio back at the plate. First pitch to him is taken for a ball. Osorio grounded out to Frankie Vasquez this first time up. And now the throw back to first. Bit of a close play, but he's in there safely. Thompson, ball, no strikes. Comes set. Now the pitch, he's going. That one is ripped into left field for a base hit. It'll drop in front of Granada. He's going to test the arm, and the throw is cut off by Morton. Throw back over to first, now bounces into the chest of Ayler. And the umpire on the third base side is down. Did not see what happened. Not sure if he fell, injured himself. We do have a stray shoe that appears to have come off the umpire's foot. And what we will call an umpiral mishap running down the third base line. Fernandez was stealing second there, or attempting to. The base hit was ripped into left field, and he decided, I'll go ahead and run to third. Tested the arm of Granada. Granada threw it into third, and it was cut off by Morton. And so now it'll be runners on the corners after the second base hit for the Hornets. The umpire up, getting a round of applause. And now Thompson about ready to get back to work. And now all of a sudden some energy sparked in the Northern Vermont dugout. First pitch here from Thompson is taken for a ball. A ball, no strikes, 2 outs here. Thompson trying not to give up a run, and that one swung on and missed by Dylan Wilson, the second baseman. He walked his first time up. He was the first Hornet base runner. And Thompson trying to leave the 2 runners stranded. First and third for the Hornets. Thompson delivers. That one taken for ball 2. Hitters count now with a runner in scoring position and another one on first. Two balls and a strike. The pitch here from Thompson. In there for strike 2. Wilson didn't like that call, shaking his head. And now with an even count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 away here in the third. Thompson fires. That one taken for ball 3. The count full once again. And one thing for Northern Vermont here in this inning, they've been a lot more patient at the plate and made Thompson throw a lot more pitches than he had in the first 2 innings. Thompson comes set at the waist, takes a look over at third, now fires that one chopped foul over towards the NATO dugout, and will do it again. Thompson, payoff pitch coming here to Wilson. Here it is, taken outside for ball 4, and the bags are juiced. Thompson, who had not struggled at all the first few hitters, all of a sudden has given up a couple of base hits and a walk, and now the bases are loaded for Tyler Murrow. Second walk drawn by Wilson. Thompson not able to locate the zone so far against the Northern Vermont second baseman. And now it'll be their DH at the plate. First pitch to him, swung on, ripped down the right field line, and foul. 6-0 NATOs, but a base hit could take away 2 runs from that deficit perhaps. Thompson trying to avoid that, however. No balls and a strike. Pitch here. Low and inside for ball 1. Thompson, a ball and a strike here, trying to rein it in. The pitch. Breaking ball outside for ball 2. Thompson struggling a bit with his control here in this third inning. After getting a lot of swings and a lot of ground balls in those first 2 frames. The pitch here. Outside ball 3, and Thompson really got to find the zone now. In danger of walking in the first Hornet run. Still no visits from either the catcher or any coaches. They're going to let Thompson work through this with the 6-run lead. The pitch. Taken for ball 4, and a bases loaded walk will score the first run for Northern Vermont. Tyler Murrow drawing a walk there. And now Thompson going to have a chat with Hayden Jennings at the mound as they prepare to face the first baseman, Stephen Frisha. Frisha started off the second inning, grounded out to Vasquez, and Thompson would take that outcome again. First pitch coming here to Frisha, bases loaded here in the third. Low and inside for ball 1. Ball and no strikes here. Thompson delivers. Finds the zone. That one smashed into right field. Chasing after it, Clark, and he will get there. Clark able to limit the damage there. Frisha got a good piece of it, but instead it is out number 3, and the Tornado Bats will go back to work here in inning number 3. It'll be Lucas Granada, Riley Hochran, and Hayden Jennings, the first 3 that we will see here in the home half of the third. Back in a moment. Tornado Baseball. Back here for the home half of the third. Natos have had their lead cut into just a little bit, now leading by 5, score of 6-1. As we enter play in the bottom of the third, it'll be Lucas Granada to start things off for the Tornadoes. Granada was the first out of the Tornadoes' day with a pop out to shortstop, and he fouls off the first pitch. No balls and a strike. Bigelow out there for his third inning of work. Nearly had a clean inning in the second, but then Cale Ayler touched him up for a solo shot, and that ball low and away for ball one. Bigelow, the 1-1, low for ball two. Granada, a ball and 2 strikes, or 2 balls and a strike, rather. And the pitch from Bigelow is swung on, driven down the left field line. It'll slice foul. Granada got a good piece of the bat on the ball there on the inside pitch. But instead it'll just be strike 2, and the count even at 2 apiece now. Ball and 2 balls, 2 strikes, and Granada will take a step out of the box. And now back in here, Bigelow awaits him and now takes a few steps up and will get onto the rubber. From the stretch, even with no runners on, Bigelow delivers, and that one ripped down the third base line, foul again. Granada hitting the ball well these last 2 pitches, just pulling it a little too hard. And it'll be another 2-2 offering here. Bigelow stepping off, looking over at his defense. And the 2-2. Driven. It will not be caught. It's going to get by the right fielder. Granada on his horse. He's around first. He's headed to second. He's going to get at least 3. Running after the ball in right field. Getting it in to the cutoff on a throw. Granada going for the plate. He will score. It is an inside the park home run for Lucas Granada. 7-1 Tornadoes, and what a way to start the third. A risky dive there by the right fielder, Matt Gagno, and it cost him. Granada circling the bases, using his speed, and getting another run on the board for the Tornadoes. An inside the park home run. And now it'll be Riley Hochran back into the box. Wow. Inside the Parker for Granada. Not every day that you see that. And inside the Parker as the rain comes down once more here at Gilcone Field. Riley Hochran in the box. First pitch to him is high for ball 1. It's got to feel good for Granada. Struggled a bit in the doubleheader on Sunday, and now getting the home run there as Hochran drives this one foul down the right side. Granada, from what we've seen, the everyday left fielder. Didn't see a ton of him last year as a freshman, and now the sophomore contributing, as you see. That pitch taken inside for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Rain has been stopping and starting here at Gilcone Field. That one driven foul down the right side again by Hochran. And Hochran endangering people that are driving on campus. The road right by Gilcone Field, a car driving by, nearly crushed by a Hockren foul ball, and a swing and a miss there by Riley Hockren. We'll be out number 1 here in the third as the rain starts to come down heavier here. Hockren now 0 for 2. And that is the first tornado strikeout by Nathan Bigelow. And with 1 out, it'll be Hayden Jennings to the plate. That one driven, right field, going back, tracking it, and making the catch in foul ground is Gagno. Gagno making a nice play, ranging over to his left, and Jennings is retired. Got a good piece of it. It started to slice foul to the right, and Gagno able to track it down. So Jennings 0 for 2. And despite a 7-1 lead, there are 4 tornadoes that have not recorded hits. And now that one down the right field line, foul. Foul ball off the bat of Luke Morton. Jennings, Hockren, Allison, and Burchett, the 4 tornadoes that have not gotten a base hit yet in this one. Morton nearly had extra bases there, just missing. Foul to the right side. The sun trying to peek back out once again. The rain's still coming down. Something to keep an eye on. A big reason that they scheduled the doubleheader tomorrow. There was supposed to be some tornado baseball on Saturday. That has now been scratched. A doubleheader tomorrow against this same squad, as that one fouled off by Morton. And it's quickly an 0-2 count. Some new baseballs being brought to the home plate umpire. These ones are going to start to get muddied up a little bit quicker. Bigelow will retreat behind the mound and will climb his way up to the rubber now once again. Pitch to Morton. Swung on, driven, fair down the left field line past the third baseman. Morton's going to have extra bases, and he will pull into second with a double, a 2-out double, and the second extra base hit of the inning for the Tornadoes. Morton now 2 for 2. He also halfway towards the cycle like Cale Ayler has. But for Morton, though, he's got the 2 easier ones out of the way. Cale's got the 2 harder ones out of the way. We'll see if one of them can get to it by the end of this one. A 2-bagger there for Luke Morton with 2 away. And Blake Burchett will step in his third trip to the box, 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch and a fly out to center field. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Nados leading at 7-1. A chance to add another. Burchett takes ball 1. Bigelow coming set. Morton on second with a big lead. And now this one chopped over to short. Burchett going to try and beat it out. The throw by Santaw is on point, and that is going to be out number 3. Blake Burchett still hitless as we head to the top of the 4th. Nados add a run via the inside the park home run by Lucas Granada. 7-1 game. Back here in just a moment from Gilcone Field. Back here now, 4th inning of baseball about to get underway. And it'll start off with the left fielder, number 21, Anthony Ness. Ness grounded out to Vasquez his first time up. Only 2 hits so far for the Northern Vermont-Lyndon Hornets. And that one taken for strike 1. Jennings bouncing the throw over to Thompson. And now he wants a new one. Ness nearly hit with the return toss from Thompson. Gives a look over, and now the 0-1 pitch with the new baseball is a breaking ball that just can't break into the zone. Ball and a strike. Pitch by Thompson. That one chopped over to the left side. A nice play by the third base coach. Not sure if it was as nice as the one that we saw Coach Huckey make on Sunday, but another web gem on the third base side by the coaches. Ball and a strike. Ball and 2 strikes, actually, to Ness here, and he will get time. Pitch here by Thompson is going to drop into left field for a base hit over the head of Morton. And throw gets away from Burchett, but Ayler right there, and Ness not trying to go anywhere. So a leadoff single for Anthony Ness.
Now batting third baseman number 35, Alberto Bustamante.
This will be Bustamante back up to the plate, lined out to right field in his first trip. And now with a man on first and nobody out, looking to cause some damage here. Pitch by Thompson is inside for ball 1. Thompson comes set, the pitch, low and away. Ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes here to Bustamante. Two balls and no strikes here to Alberto Bustamante, the third baseman. Thompson delivers, swung on, and fouled down the right side. 7-1 Tornado lead. 7 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Tornadoes. 1 run, 3 hits, and an error for the Northern Vermont-Lyndon Hornets. And the pitcher from Thompson swung on, driven in the air, left field. Granada tracking it, Clark tracking it, and it'll be Lucas who makes the grab. No tag here, and out number 1 for Thompson here in the 4th. Bustamante 0 for 2 now.
Now batting the right fielder number 34, Matt Gagnon.
This will be Matt Gagnon, who struck out looking his first time up, in the throw over to first, just getting back in there is Ness. As a matter of fact, Gagnon, the only strikeout victim so far for Jacob Thompson. And the pitch inside for a ball 1. That one taken for ball 2. Two balls and no strikes once again here with 1 out and a man on first for Thompson. Pitch here to Gagnon. Driven in the air, left field. Clark chasing after it, and he will get under that one for out number 2. So Gagnon 0 for 2, as well as Bustamante before him also 0 for 2. And it'll be Brandon Fernandez who got the first hit for the Hornets, 1 for 1 with a single.
Now batting center fielder number
and the lefty will step into the box. First pitch here to Fernandez, outside for ball one. A ball and no strikes here to Brandon Fernandez, one of three Hornets with the base hit in this game now. The pitch, driven in the air, right field, Allison under it, and all three Tornado outfielders catching fly balls in this inning. We head to the bottom of the fourth. NATO's holding a 7-1 lead. Jacob Thompson pitching well. Back here in just a moment from Gil Cone Field. Here for the home half of the fourth, it'll be Zach Allison to lead things off. Allison will be followed by Logan Clark and Cale Ayler. Ayler chasing after the cycle possibly with the triple and a home run his first two at-bats. Another base hit may get him 3/4 of the way there, but we'll start with Allison, who is 0 for 1 with a walk and a ground out to first. First pitch to him, taken for strike one on the outside corner. Bigelow back out there for inning number 4. He's been roughed up a little bit. 7 runs, 6 of them earned. And the pitch. Check swing, did he go? He did not. Rules the first base umpire Bigelow, not liking that call at all. And the count even at 1 apiece. Bigelow delivers. That one chopped foul by Allison, and it'll be 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes. Nathan Bigelow still out there on the mound for the Northern Vermont-Lyndon Hornets. And it looks like some activity in the Hornet bullpen as that pitch low and away to Allison. I wonder if they are warming up a pitcher, if they're even going to let Bigelow face Cale Ayler for a third time. Coming up third here in this inning is that pitch taken, rung him up for strike 3. Allison didn't like it, but will not plead his case for too long. He'll take a walk back over to the dugout. Now 0 for 2 for him. A strikeout looking, and only the second strikeout for the Tornadoes, only the third strikeout of the ball game here in the bottom of inning number 4. Logan Clark at the dish now. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI single and a ground out to short, and the first pitch is fouled back by him. No balls and a strike here to Clark, and that one driven high right field, chasing after it and not making the catch is the right fielder Gagno. Gagno has been on the ground a lot trying to make some diving plays, not able to get that one right there. And it'll be strike 2 for Logan Clark. Remember, Gagno was the one who dove for that ball that ultimately was an inside the park home run for Tornado left fielder Lucas Granada. No balls and 2 strikes to Clark. One away here in the bottom of the 4th, and Bigelow's offering is taken for ball 1. Ball and 2 strikes here to Logan Clark, the Tornadoes center fielder. And the pitch. Breaking ball fouled back again, and Clark will stay alive. On the rubber now, Bigelow, a ball and 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th, and the pitch, breaking ball, driven in right field. Gagno under it, and he will make the catch for out number 2. Third at bat, not a fruitful one for Logan Clark. And now 1 for 3 is Logan Clark, and it'll bring up Cale Ayler. Ayler with a 2-run triple his first at bat, and then a solo home run, blasting in right field a second time. And you can tell Ayler's feeling it. We'll see what happens in this at bat for number 26. Bigelow comes set and fires. That one fouled straight back, and you can tell Ayler wants another piece of Bigelow here. Big swing there on the first offering. Fouled harmlessly back, though, and the count standing at 0-1. Ayler, the pitch to him, low and away for ball 1. Ball and a strike here to Cale Ayler. And the pitch. Swung and fouled back. Now a ball and 2 strikes. "76 pitches already for Nathan Bigelow here in the 4th inning. Threw over 30 pitches in that first inning. And now a strike away from getting out of the 4th. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Ayler goes down for the first time today. 3rd strikeout for Bigelow. And back here in just a moment for the top of the 5th. NATO's leading at 7-1 here on an overcast Thursday afternoon in Brevard. Back in just a moment. Back here now for the 5th inning of work for Jacob Thompson. It'll start off with TJ Santaw, who's gotten a little bit unlucky. Controversial call his first at bat, and then a hard hit ball caught out in right field by Zach Allison on a really nice catch. And that one in there for a strike, count even at 1. And that one ripped over to the left side. Morton throw on a first is going to pull Ayler off the bag, and it'll be an infield hit for TJ Santal on his second trip up to the plate. Infield single is how they'll rule it.
Now batting pitcher number 20, Mark Osorio.
First pitch here is taken for a ball to Mark Osorio. Osorio 1 for 2, a single his last time up. And throw back over to first. Not close. And now a 1-0 pitch coming here from Jacob Thompson. Throw back over to first again, nearly pulls Ayler away. We'll see if Thompson focuses on Osorio here. That one in there for a strike. Ball and a strike. No one up and throwing yet in the Tornado bullpen. A little bit of stretching going on for someone down there. And the pitch. Taken for strike 2. Thompson finds the outside corner. Man on first, nobody out here in the top of the 5th, and Thompson throwing back over again. A closer play this time, but Santal still able to get in there. A ball and 2 strikes. Pitch from Thompson, swung on and missed. Got him for his second strikeout of the day, and more importantly, out number 1 here in the 5th. We'll bring up Dylan Wilson, who still does not have an official AB in this game. 2 walks drawn for him in his first 2 plate appearances. 7-1, here's the pitch. Wilson takes ball 1. NATO's holding that 6-run lead here just about halfway through. A little bit over. Latter half of this ball game, and the 1-0 pitch to Wilson is swung on, chopped over to third. Vasquez to second for 1. Throw on to first. They did not get him. Nearly a great double play, nearly a 5-4-3 double play. Instead, it'll be a fielder's choice, and out number 2, Santal heading over, limping a bit over to the Hornet dugout, and Wilson will take his place on first. To bring up Tyler Murrow, he's 0 for 1, grounded out his first try and then walked the next. First pitch taken for a strike. Matter of fact, Murrow was the man who drew the bases loaded walk to get the sole Hornet run on the board. And now sitting in an 0-1 hole. Thompson delivers, breaking ball, got him, strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Thompson starting to get back into a rhythm again, perhaps, as he comes set for the 0-2. The pitch nearly hits him inside for a ball. Still in the driver's seat is Thompson at a ball and 2 strikes as he looks in at Jennings. Gets the sign, comes set, and now the pitch. Popped up, right side. Ayler chasing after it in front of the dugout. He will let it go. And we'll do it again. Another 1-2 coming here in just a moment from Thompson. The 1-2 coming here to Murrow. The pitch lined center field, and no problem for Logan Clark. Out number 3, and we head to the home half of the 5th. It will be Vasquez, Granada, and Hochran coming up to the bat when we return. NATO baseball back in just a moment. Back here for the home half of the fifth, Frankie Vasquez will start things off. New pitcher is Joey Hanlon. After 4 innings of work from Nathan Bigelow, 6 earned runs. Frankie shows bunt and takes ball 1 from Hanlon. Hanlon, a 6'2", 185 sophomore out of Tampa, Florida, Bishop McLaughlin High School, and a long ways away from Florida, up at Northern Vermont-Lyndon University. And the pitch, low and away for ball 2, and both misses so far have been of that variety, low and outside. Frankie's 1 for 2, an RBI infield single, and then a fly out to left field. As the Natos continue to enjoy a 7-1 lead. Last inning in the fourth, the first frame the Natos did not score in. The pitch from Hanlon, high breaking ball, 3-0. Hanlon, 3 balls and no strikes. And we'll see if Frankie Vasquez has the green light here as Hanlon comes set. Here's the pitch. High again, ball 4, and not a single competitive pitch in that at-bat. And a rough start for Joey Hanlon as Frankie Vasquez will reach for the second time. Lucas Granada, who had the inside the park home run his last time up, will take ball 1. 5 pitches, 5 balls for Hanlon as the rain starts to come down a little bit more here on Gilcone Field. A ball, no strikes. The pitch finally hits the strike zone. Strike 1 there. Ball and a strike, even count here to Granada. Frankie Vasquez standing on first. And the pitch is lifted in the air. Shallow center field, coming on and leaving it to the second baseman, actually, was the center fielder Fernandez. That one brought in by Dylan Wilson for out number 1, and Granada sent down. And here's Hochran, reached on an error his first time up and then struck out last time, looking for his first hit of the afternoon. And a bit of a discrepancy for what the Hornets are used to as strike 1 gets in there to Hochran. Brevard, 70 degrees right now, and over in Lyndon, Vermont, it is 23 degrees with cold rain and snow. So a bit of a different scene perhaps for the Hornets as they trail 7-1 here. No balls and a strike to Hochran, and Hochran takes the ball high and out. Ball and a strike with 1 out. Some action in the NATO bullpen. It looks like a southpaw. And now the throw back over to first. Vasquez in there. And Bowden Witcher warming up in the bullpen for the Tornadoes. Fellow Loganville, Georgia native. Your friendly announcer also from there as the count reaches 2 balls and a strike. Hitters count here for Riley Hochran. Pitch is sliced at and missed. Vasquez will jog down to second. He gets all the way to the backstop. Vasquez continues to jog around second, and now catcher finally able to get to that one. So a wild pitch there for Hanlon, and now Frankie Vasquez in scoring position and a hitter's count, or a 3-1 count rather, for Riley Hochran. And now the pitch from Hanlon. High for ball 3. Three balls here for Hochran. And the pitch here from Hanlon. High for ball 4. And Hochran will take his base with Hayden Jennings coming up, and a tough time finding the zone so far for Hanlon. This will be Jennings. Jennings over 2. Popped out to short his first time and flew out to right his second. Jennings trying to get going here. Runners on first and second and 1 out. And the pitch lifted, right side, chasing after it, and not able to make the catch there. Chasing after that one was Stephen Frisha. He couldn't track it down, and it'll drop harmlessly between him and Osorio for strike 1. No balls and a strike here to Hayden Jennings, the Tornado catcher. Frankie Vasquez on second, Riley Hochran standing at first. And the pitch here, taken for a ball. Jennings evens the count up at 1 apiece. With 1 down here, home half of the 5th. And the pitch nearly takes Jennings' head off, has to duck down under that one. Two balls and 1 strike, hitter's count here to Jennings, who is 0 for 2, still seeking his first base hit on the afternoon. With his team up 6 runs, 7-1 here in the 5th. And Vasquez going here. There will be no throw down to third, an easy stolen base for Frankie Vasquez. Now runners on the corners and a 3-1 count for Hayden Jennings. Time called here. Vasquez sitting there having a conversation with Coach Huckey and laboring perhaps a little bit, still with a smile on his face. Nothing too serious. Runners on the corners now and a 3-1 count for Hayden Jennings. Infield at regular depth, and this one on the hands, popped up, third base side, chasing after it, and making the catch is the third baseman, Alberto Bustamante, and Jennings now will be out number 2 of the inning. So here's Luke Morton with 2 away. 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th. Pitch here to Morton. A throw back over to first. Instead, Hanlon looked ready to throw. Instead, a little bit concerned with Riley Hochran over there at first. Runners in the corners and the pitch. This one chopped over to third. Bustamante has it. Throw across the diamond in the dirt. Will not be there. Bases loaded, and it'll be an error here. An E5 against Bustamante. An error against Bustamante, and Luke Morton has now reached for the 3rd time in 3 tries. It'll bring Blake Burchett back up to the plate. Burchett 0 for 2, hit by a pitch his first at bat. Since then has flied out and grounded out, seeking his first base hit of the afternoon as well. So that'll be scored as an E5. And first pitch taken for a strike on the inside corner to Burchett. second error for the Hornets. No balls and a strike. Pitch to Burchett here. Chopped over to third. Bustamante with another chance. He'll just take it to the bag. Didn't want to risk the throw again to first, and that will retire the Tornadoes as we head to the top of the sixth. Nados sitting pretty, 7-1 here at the end of 5. Back here for the top of the sixth. New pitcher is going to be Bowden Witcher. Jacob Thompson with 5 good innings of work. Only 1 run allowed, an earned run off of a bases loaded walk, and only 4 hits given up. And Northern Vermont-Lyndon going to get their first crack at the Tornado bullpen. 2 strikeouts for Thompson. 5 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, and 2 strikeouts on the day with 3 walks, I believe. And we'll start things off with Steven Friscia, the first baseman, here in just a moment. It'll be Friscia, Anthony Ness, and Alberto Bustamante. Between those 3, 1 for 6 so far on the afternoon. Jennings throws down to second, and once again the final line for Thompson: 5 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 run of the earned variety, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts, and only 69 pitches, 38 of them strikes. Thompson was throwing strikes at a lot higher rate early on in the ball game, maybe a bit of fatigue setting in there, but a good performance nonetheless. In line for the victory if the Nados finish it off, completing 5 innings of work. And the first pitch by Witcher is taken for a ball. Witcher, the left-hander out of Loganville High School. And that's taken high for ball 2. Two-0 pitch coming here from the southpaw, and that one ripped into left field for a base hit to start things off. Chasing after Granada, it takes a weird bounce off the wall, and it will be an easy double to start things off here for Steven Friscia, his first base hit. So a leadoff double for Steven Friscia. That'll bring up Anthony Ness. Witcher, the junior lefty, coming over here from Loganville, Georgia, Loganville High School. And this one inside for ball 1. Man on second, Frisha. Burchett not holding him tight. And the pitch. Taken for ball 2. Anthony Ness, 1 for 2. Grounded out and singled in his 2 tries. And the 2-0 pitch. Check swing in there for a strike. Perhaps a makeup call. The last one that was ruled a ball looked a little bit closer than that one was. 2 balls and a strike here. Witcher delivers. That one chopped foul down the third base side and now kicked by the third base coach. So he's got a nice grab and a kick today. We won't call that one a boot. It seemed intentional. Witcher now a short conference at the mound with Hayden Jennings. Witcher has had a little bit of trouble finding the zone. And when he did find the zone against Frisha, it was a loud double down the left field line. Two balls and 2 strikes, nobody out here in the top of the 6th. Witcher fires. That one lifted deep but foul down the left side, and Ness got every piece of that one, just couldn't straighten it out. Two balls and 2 strikes. Witcher looks in, now the pitch, swing and a miss. Got him swinging, a big strikeout there for Witcher, sends Ness back to the dugout. And the first strikeout for Witcher. And that'll be out number 1 here in the 6th. Bustamante now up to the plate. He's 0 for 2. Lined out to right and flew out to left in his 2 appearances. Has got the ball to the outfield twice. Just hasn't found grass. And the first pitch to him, taken for a ball. Bustamante out of Los Angeles, California, North Hollywood High School. And the pitch taken for ball 2. And same as we said for Hanlon, a long way from him. From Hollywood to Vermont. And again, same story with Brevard, some differing temperatures between the 2 areas. Bustamante, a sophomore. This pitch taken for a ball. It's 3-0. 3 balls and no strikes here to the Hornet third baseman. Northern Vermont-Lyndon University Hornets against the Brevard College Tornadoes here on a Thursday afternoon. 7-1 Tornado lead. And the pitch by Witcher is in there for strike 1. Three balls and a strike. Man on second is Steven Frisha after the leadoff double. Another 3-1 here from Witcher. Ball 4, and that will send Bustamante to first. 2 base runners allowed so far for Witcher with 1 down in the 6th. And it's going to be a pinch runner coming in for Bustamante. Looks like number 30, Keegan Stevenson.
Now running at first base for the Hornets, number 30, Keegan Stevenson. Now batting number 34, Matt Gagne.
And Matt Gagne will come to the plate. 0 for 2 for him. Struck out looking and then flew out to center in his 2 tries. Witcher, the lefty, has run into a little bit of trouble here in a 7-1 ball game. First pitch is way over the head of Jennings. Both runners are going to advance. That one slipped out of the hand and just flew over Jennings' head. Ball one for him. Ball and no strikes, and now a righty warming up in the bullpen for Brevard is Jacob Frizzle, as that one fouled off 1-1. Jacob Frizzell, sophomore right-handed pitcher, 6 foot 170 out of Sylva, North Carolina, warming up in the pen right now. But the NATO's hoping that Witcher can get out of this one. Second and third, one out. Gagno at the plate. The 1-1 here is in the dirt for ball two. Witcher struggling to consistently find the zone. And it seems like every pitcher that we've seen today has kind of had some issues at certain points hitting the strike zone. Could have something to do with the balls being a little bit wet with the rain on and off and on and off. You see the mound, a little darker shade of brown than it normally is. Now 2 balls and a strike with 1 out and 2 men in scoring position. Witcher, the pitch here is swung on and whacked down the left field line, but foul. And the count will be even at 2 apiece. If Witcher can get an out here without allowing a run, it'd be huge. Count even at 2 apiece here, top of the 6th from Gilcone Field. Bowden Witcher, the lefty, on the mound after 5 strong innings of 1-run ball from Jacob Thompson. And Witcher in a little bit of a jam here. The 2-2. Inside ball 3, and the count ran full. Three balls and 2 strikes here. Witcher comes set, and the pitch. Too high, ball 4, and the bases are now loaded. Gagno draws a walk, and that is 2 walks in a row for Witcher. And it'll be a pinch hitter for the Hornets, number 29, Giselle Garcia. Jesse Garcia, the 5'8" outfielder out of Wamama, Florida, Julie F. Summer High School. And he'll be pinch hitting for Fernandez here. Witcher with the bases loaded and only 1 down here, trying to keep the lead intact here. First pitch is in there for a strike on the inside corner. Garcia not sure about that one. No balls and a strike, 1 out here. Witcher, the pitch. Popped up, right side. Ayler chasing after it, over the shoulder. Makes the catch! Ayler throwing on to home. There will be no tag up. And a great play there by Cale Ayler with the sun shining down all of a sudden, making the over-the-shoulder grab right on the line for out number 2. And the runners will hold where they're at. Nice play there. Two outs now for Witcher and a chance to get out of this without allowing a run. It'll be TJ Sansall, who may have hit the ball the best today for the Hornets. He grounded out on a controversial chopper his first time up, flew out to right field, a phenomenal play by Zach Allison, and then got a single his last time up as the first pitch is high and tight for ball 1. Ball and no strikes here. Witcher, the pitch, taken for ball 2. Pitch by Witcher is high and outside for ball 3, and now in serious jeopardy of walking in another run are the Tornadoes. The sole run so far for Northern Vermont-Lyndon has been via a bases-loaded walk, and now a chance that their second could come from the same result. Sun shining down harder than it has all game, and that one outside ball 4, a 4-pitch bases-loaded walk to plate run number 2. Santal didn't even have to fight that hard for that walk. And now time being called. Coach Victory headed out, and this might be the end of the line for Witcher. Victory coming out and at least having a talk with Witcher. We'll see if he decides to pull him or not. Victory talking things over here still, and it looks like he's going to let Witcher continue and try to fight through it here with minimal damage if possible. This inning started off with Frisha, a double for him, a strikeout of Ness, and then 2 walks in a row followed up by a pop out and then a walk for Santal. And now here's Marco Sorio, the catcher, 1 for 3, a single, a ground out, and a strikeout in his 3 trips, but has the bases loaded with a chance to add on some more damage here. First pitch is going to miss, ball 1. Nadeau's now holding a 5-run lead, 7-2. Witcher trying to reel it in here. A ball, no strikes. This one is in there for strike 1. Some weird weather here in this ball game. We've seen the rain off and on. We've seen the sun a couple of times peek out, and now it's out more than it has been all game. One ball, one strike. Pitch by Witcher is going to miss low for ball 2. Now a hitter's count for Osorio. You don't want to get to ball 3 here. Two balls, one strike, 2 away here in the top of the 6th. Witcher trying to work through it. The pitch lifted, left side foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 away here in the top of the 6th. Nadeau's leading it by 5, but Northern Vermont-Lyndon threatening here with the bases loaded. They've already plated a run via the walk. A base hit would likely add on at least 2 more. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Witcher. Here's the pitch. Low, ball 3. It's going to kick away. A run will score. Jennings able to corral it by the Tornado dugout. And another wild pitch here. Witcher makes the count full. A run comes across. It's 7-3 now with runners on first and second. You do have a place to put Osorio, but you'd rather not. Witcher, count full. Payoff pitch. Swung on, driven over to shortstop, picked up Morton, throw on to first, got him. Witcher able to get out of that one, gives up 2 runs, but it could have been much worse. Nadeau's heading to the bat here in the 6th inning. It will be Allison, Clark, and Ayler when we get back. Bottom of the 6th coming right up. Back here, bottom of the sixth. NATO's holding a 7-3 lead. The game a bit closer now after a long top half of the sixth. And the new pitcher in is the lefty, Adam English, for Northern Vermont-Lyndon. And the first batter that English will face is going to be Zach Allison. Allison 0 for 2, walked his first time up. Since then, grounded out to first and struck out looking. English, the pitch, low and away for ball one. Pitch number 2 to Allison is taken for ball 2. So quickly ahead 2-0 is Zach Allison, the Tornado right fielder. 2-0 offering. Inside 3-0. English, another one of these guys for Northern Vermont University Lyndon, who is they're from all over the place. This guy 5'11", 135 out of Mesa, Arizona, as that one drops in for a strike. And the pitch. Ball 4. Zach Allison will take his base. His second walk of the afternoon. And now it'll be Logan Clark. Logan 1 for 3. An RBI single his first time, and then ground out and fly out in the previous 2 at-bats. NATO's haven't done a whole lot since that 5-run first inning. Scored a run apiece in the second and the third. Scoreless the last 2 frames. But a man on here to lead things off as Logan Clark looks at strike 1. Zach Allison standing on first against the lefty here. English, the pitch. Taken for strike 2, and Logan Clark looked at a good one there, 0-2. Breaking ball that hung up around the letters. It's exactly what you want if you're the hitter, but not what Clark was looking for. 0-2, the pitch. Rung him up, strike 3. Clark doesn't like the call. He'll shake his head, walking back to the dugout. And there is out number 1 for English. So a strikeout looking there for Logan Clark. And now here's Cale Ayler. Haven't seen him in a while. His first 2 at-bats, an RBI triple and a home run. Struck out his last time up swinging. First pitch to him in the lefty-lefty matchup is low and away for ball 1. Ball and no strikes, and the pitch. Lifted, left field, coming in, and that one is going to drop foul. Ball and a strike here. One ball, one strike, one out here in the bottom of the 6th. English, the lefty, pitches to Ayler, the lefty, and that'll be ball 2. Two balls and a strike, hitters count here to Ayler, and the pitch. Low and away again, 3-1. Three balls and a strike here. Man on first is Zach Allison. And the pitch to Ayler is chopped right side. That's going to be a single. He's got 3/4 of the cycle now. A base hit for Cale Ayler makes it first and second with 1 out. 3 for 4 now is Cale Ayler A triple, a home run, and a single, and now all he needs is a two-bagger if he gets another chance at the plate. And here's Vasquez.
Now batting for your Tornadoes, third baseman number 19, Frankie Vasquez.
Vasquez at the dish now, 1 for 2. Infield single and a walk, as well as a fly out to left sandwiched in between those two. 7-3 ball game. Nados with 2 men on and 1 out here against English. And the pitch. Taken inside for ball 1. A ball, no strikes here to Frankie Vasquez. And that one chopped foul off the foot. Vasquez hopping around a little bit. And we'll reset. New ball going over to Adam English on the mound. Ball and a strike, 1 away here, 2 men on for the Tornadoes. And the lefty English delivers. It's going to be a bunt laid down, but it'll go foul. Good idea, wrong execution there for Vasquez, and now sitting in a 1-2 hole. Ball and 2 strikes now here to Vasquez. And the pitch. Lifted, right side, chasing after it, and there will be no play. That one on the roof of the bullpen for Northern Vermont-Lyndon. Ball and 2 strikes now. Adam English trying to work through a jam here, first and second. Doesn't want to let this lead get any bigger than it is at 7-3 here in the bottom of the 6th. Ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Ball 2. Two balls and 2 strikes. 1 away. And the pitch. Swung on, fouled straight back. Nice little battle here going on between Vasquez and English. Two balls, 2 strikes, and 1 away here with 2 on. English once again to Vasquez. Ripped into right field. This one is going to be over the head of the right fielder. Both men may score. At least one will. Allison coming around. Now Ayler coming around. And he will score. It is a 2-run double for Frankie Vasquez. 3 RBIs on the day for Vasquez. And now it is 9-3 Tornadoes. English giving up a big one there. Frankie Vasquez able to win that battle. A long at-bat that concludes with a Frankie Vasquez RBI double. And now it'll be Granada at the bat. Granada had the inside the park home run in his second at-bat. Has popped out twice in the other 2 appearances, and the pitch in there for strike 1. English comes set now. And that one ripped through the hole. Base hit. Vasquez will hold up at third. And it'll be another base hit that will put runners on the corners. English struggling a little bit out there right now. Granada now 2 for 4. And it'll be Riley Hochran, who's 0 for 2. Reached on an error, struck out swinging, and then walked in his 3 appearances. English not having the best inning here. A walk to Allison. He then struck out Clark, and since then an Ayler single and a Vasquez double, followed by a Granada single as Riley Hochran takes strike 1. Hochran still looking for his first base hit of the ball game. And runner goes. Hochran pops this one up. Right side, coming to make the play. He will, and no throw back over to first. That'll be Wilson. Dylan Wilson making the catch on the right field grass for out number 2. No tag or anything due to the depth. And now 2 outs. Hochran will continue to search for his first hit on the afternoon. It'll bring up Hayden Jennings, who similarly is looking for his first hit of the afternoon. 0 for 3, 2 pop outs and a fly out to right field. Pitch to Jennings, taken for strike 1. This one misses for a ball. English. 1-1 offering. Swung and fouled down the right side. Ball at 2 strikes. Jennings in a hole here, trying to get his first base hit and trying to knock a run across. Men on the corners. Natos have added on to this inning. 9-3. The pitch lifted in the air, center field, tracking it and making the catch will be the center fielder Garcia. Out number 3, and we will head to the top of the 7th. Natos get 2 runs of insurance and lead at 9-3. Back here in just a moment. Now at the plate is going to be Dylan Wilson, the second baseman. It'll be Wilson, Tyler Murrow, and Stephen Frisha. And new pitcher for the Tornadoes is Jacob Frizzle, as that one is fouled off for strike one. Wilson 0 for 1, drew walks both of his first two appearances and then grounded into a fielder's choice last time. That one kicks away, low and away for ball one. Frizzell, sophomore out of Silva, North Carolina. Smoky Mountain High School, transferred over from Lewisburg College. And now that one spiked back to the backstop for ball two. Frizzle, one of two players on this team from Lewisburg College. As strike two drops in there looking. Wilson wasn't sure about that one. Him and Blake Burchett, who's right behind him at second base, both coming over here from Lewisburg College. And the pitch, low and away, ball three, and the count's full. And the pitch is lined off the glove of Vasquez, turns around, throw over to first, and he makes the play. Frankie Vasquez, nice play there off the glove, able to range over to it, pick it up, and make a smooth throw over to Cale Ayler for out number one.
Now batting the DH number 15, Tyler Murrow.
So a great play there from Frankie Vasquez gives us out number one. And surely Frizzle thanking him for that one. Frizzle would argue it shouldn't have even been a close play. Frankie Vasquez had fielded it cleanly, but all's well that ends well. A nice play there from number 19 on the left side as ball one comes into number 15, Tyler Murrow. He's 0 for 2. A ground out, a walk, and a line out as he takes ball two. Two and 0, and the pitch. Taken high for ball three, and quickly a 3-0 count to the DH for Northern Vermont-Lyndon. Three balls and no strikes. Got to assume no green light here for Murrow, trailing by 6. He will not. He will take ball four, and he will head over to first base. Frizzle gives up the walk. And it'll be number 28, Stephen Frisha, the first baseman, stepping up. Frisha, 1 for 3, a ground out, a fly out, and a double today. And Frizzle, first pitch, taken for strike one. That one right down the heart of the plate. But Frisha taken all the way. No balls and a strike, 1 out, and the pitch. Ball one. Frizzle a little bit all over the place right now. Got the ground out over there, deep into the count. Over to Vasquez, and then a walk to the next guy. Now sitting at 1-1. Pitch here from Frizzle. Lifted foul down the right side, now in the driver's seat, 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes, 1 away here in the top of the 7th. NATO's leading at 9-3 here. And the pitch. Lifted in the air, center field. Logan Clark going to camp out underneath it and make the grab for out number 2. So Frisha retired. And it'll be out number 2. It'll be down to Anthony Ness here in the away half of the 7th. 1 for 3 for him, a ground out, a single, and a strikeout swinging. And no, pinch hitter. Instead of Ness, it'll be number 2, Joe Raffis, the senior out of Whittingham, Vermont. Throwback over to first, not in time. Pitch here by Frizzle. In there for strike 1 on the outside corner. Nato's sitting at 3-3, looking for win number 4. And the pitch. Inside, nearly hits him. Ball and a strike here. As Frizzle delivers. Low for ball 2. Two balls and a strike here for Zell. In there for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Frizzle trying to send them packing. And the pitch. Breaking ball too high, full count. Full count here. Runner on first with 2 away. And the payoff pitch. It's in there for strike 3. Looked a little bit low. The umpire gives it to him. And a looking strikeout there to end the top half of the 7th. Back here in just a moment. Nato's leading 9-3. And we'll be back. Back here for the bottom of the 7th. A couple of changes here for the Hornets. It'll be number 12, Chuck Gratton at first base, and Joe Raff is going to stay in the game in left field. And it'll be Luke Morton to start things off for the Tornadoes. 2 for 3. Has reached base every time he's come up today. A bunt, single, a double, and reached on an error his last time. New pitcher for the Hornets is Dylan Crump. And the first pitch misses for a ball. Pitch number 2 from Crump. Taken for ball 2, just a bit high. Pitch here by Crump. In there for strike 1. NATO's leading at 9-3, looking for victory number 4 here so far in the young 2023 campaign. And the pitch. Swung on over to short, picks it up, and he is going to boot it. Booted there in E6. Second time Morton has reached on an error. That is a third error for the Hornets. And that one's number 6, Dale Osterman, also newly checked into the ball game. And Morton now has reached for the second time on an error. 2 for 4 for him now, and here's Blake Burchett, who is 0 for 3. First pitch by Crump, runner going, throw down to second, not in time. Luke Morton with the stolen base, and the NATOs have been extremely successful stealing bases. Have not been caught stealing yet at Gilcone Field in 3 games here. And I don't have the stat on hand, but pretty sure we're at double figures in stolen bases. Perfect in stolen base attempts so far here at Gill's Place. And the pitch. Taken for a ball. Ball and a strike here to Blake Burchett. And the pitch is lifted foul down the right side. Ball and 2 strikes now to Burchett, in danger of falling to 0-4 on the afternoon. 0 for 4. Blake was hit by a pitch his first time up. Since then, a fly out and 2 ground outs. And the pitch from Crump is going to hit Burchett again. Burchett hit with the breaking ball in the head. And a second hit by pitch for Blake Burchett. And it'll be first and second with nobody out, and quickly trouble for Dylan Crump. And here's Zach Allison. Allison 0 for 2. He's reached via the walk twice. And Crump with some work to do to get out of this hole. First pitch by him. Taken for a strike. Allison, Burchett, Hochran, and Jennings, the 4 Tornadoes, without a base hit today. Everybody else has gotten one. And the 0-1 coming here from Crump. Runner taking off. It's a breaking ball. No throw. It's a double steal for the Tornadoes. And once again, what did we talk about? The success stealing bags by the Tornadoes. And it'll be ball 1 to Zach Allison in the process. Now 2 men in scoring position with nobody out for Zach Allison. And the pitch. Taken outside. 2 balls and a strike. Crump, 2 balls and a strike, and the pitch here to Allison, lifted in the air, right field. That one curving foul, and it'll drop for strike 2. Allison will come back over to the box after fouling the ball down the right field line. And the count even at 2 apiece for Zach Allison with nobody out. Morton on third, Blake Burchett on second. Pitch by Crump. Swing and a miss by Allison. He's set down on strikes for the second time today. And here comes Clark. Logan Clark, 1 for 4. Struck out his last time up. Crump going to work with 1 out here. And the pitch. Low and away for a ball. It's going to get away from the catcher, and Luke Morton will score easily. 10-3 Tornadoes, another run for Brevard. And a pass ball there by the catcher. And the rough day continues for the Hornets. That's Osorio letting that one by and letting another NATO run through. And the pitch here by Crump. Low and away, nearly another one getting away from the catcher. Instead, it's another ball. Two balls and no strikes here to Logan Clark. Man on third, 1 out. And the pitch is grounded foul down the third base side. 2 balls and 2 balls and a strike now. Another play made there by third base coach Steve Huckey, showing the range. And the pitch low and away for ball 3. It'll be a 3-1 count, and yet another pitcher for the Hornets that is struggling to find the zone. Pitch by Crump. In the dirt, ball 4. And another walk, the first one drawn by Clark. And it'll be Cale Ayler. Ayler a double away from the cycle here. On cycle watch. Wonder if he knows that. Runners on the corners with 1 out here. Crump getting ready here. And that was the 5th walk by the Tornadoes in this one. Crump throwing back over to first, trying to keep Clark at bay. He'll be in there safely. Bit of a longer contest here today at Gilcone Field, some extended innings. Only here in the bottom of the 7th. NATO's leading at 10-3. Another throwback over to first. And Logan Clark back in there once again. Ayler still awaiting the first pitch from Crump, and here it is. Runner going, and it'll be an easy steal for Logan Clark. And now 2 men in scoring position for Cale Ayler. And now a double for him would drive in 2 runs and complete the cycle. And a ball and no strikes here to Ayler, the pitch. Outside ball 2. And we'll see if Ayler even gets an opportunity to get something to hit for that double. A 10-3 ball game here, bottom of the 7th at Gilcone Field. NATO's 10 runs on 10 hits. And the pitch. Outside ball 3, 3-0. 10 runs, 10 hits, no errors for the Tornadoes. 3 runs, 5 hits, and 3 errors for the Hornets. And Crump. The pitch. In there for strike one. Ayler taking all the way. And he'll step back in with a 3-1 count. 6 stolen bases on the day for the Tornadoes. And now in home games, already in double figures in their third one here. And the pitch. Taken outside, ball 4. Ayler will draw the walk and likely will not get a chance to complete that cycle. But on base once again. His 5th plate appearance ends in a walk.
Now batting for Tornadoes, third baseman number 19.
And the bases loaded for Frankie Vasquez here. Vasquez, 2 for 3 on the day, an RBI double and an RBI infield single. And the pitch, grounded over to third, steps on the bag for 1, throw over to first. It'll be a double play to end the inning. And the Nados not able to push anything else across, so the bases loaded and 1 out. A double play there for the Hornets, and we head to the 8th. Nados now leading it 10-3. Back in just a moment. Back here for the 8th inning at Gilcone Field. It'll be Jacob Frizzle back out there once again. And the first man that he will face is number 25, Sean Cavanaugh. And now the first pitch fouled off his foot. And a change here in the field. Cale Ayler out of the ball game. And that is a new right fielder as well. It's Taylor Mattern. And at first base, Adam Rushing in the ball game for Cale Ayler. So him and Allison both out of this one. Has another ball there. And it'll be 3 balls and no strikes. Frizzle. And an early hole here in inning number 8, holding a 7-run lead. Coach Victory not wanting to burn any more arms as that one gets in there for a strike. A lot of changes in this one for the Hornets, including this one. Cavanaugh at the plate, and the pitch is lifted in the air, left field, driven, coming in, and no one's going to make the catch there. That one will drop in between Clark and Granada. Throw into second is over the head of Blake Burchett. And a double there to lead things off for Kavanaugh. That'll bring up Matt Gagno, who's 0 for 2. Strikeout looking, a fly out and a walk.
Now batting right field, number 34, Matt Gagno.
10-3 Tornadoes here, top of the 8th. Base hit would drive in another run here for the Hornets as that one low and away. Brought in by Jennings. Jennings wants time. Walks out a little bit to throw the new ball to Frizzle, and maybe a few instructions there from Jennings. Ball and no strikes. Frizzle on the bump. Pitch here. Line foul. Down the right side, a sharp line drive there from Gagno. One ball, one strike here to Matt Gagno. And the pitch. Low and away for ball 2. Two balls and a strike. Hitters count here to Gagno. Frizzle takes a look back at second, now fires, and that one inside for ball 3. Again, Adam Rushing, the first baseman, and Taylor Mattern, the new right fielder for the Tornadoes. And the pitch by Frizzle is in there for strike 2. Gagno thought he had ball 4. And the pitch here from Frizzle. The payoff pitch is outside for ball 4. And it's going to be number 6, Dale Osterman, his first appearance here. Osterman, the righty, with nobody out, men on first and second. First pitch is a ball. Ball and no strikes here to Osterman. Frizzle comes set, trying to find the strike zone, and that pitch is grounded right side. Diving play. Burchett will not have a throw, and it'll be a base hit, an infield single for Osterman. And all of a sudden, Jacob Frizzle has loaded the bases without recording an out. And some motion now in the Tornado bullpen. Looks like another lefty out there in the NATO pen.
Now batting number 36, Dalton Berry.
And now it'll be number 36, Dalton Berry, at the plate. First pitch to him is a ball. Two balls and no strikes here, or a ball and no strikes. Ball and no strikes here, Frizzle. Swing and a miss there. Getting a much needed strike. A ground ball could undo a lot of damage here, depending on where it's hit. Aiden Williams, the lefty, is the Tornado pitcher up in the pen. Is that one low and away for ball 2? 2 balls and a strike here. Hitters count once again, this time for Barry. And the pitch. Low and away once again. 3 balls and a strike. Dalton Barry at the plate with a 3-1 count with the bases loaded, and Frizzle in danger of walking in another run. Three balls and a strike. The pitch is in there for strike 2. And the problem for Frizzle has been throwing consecutive strikes, and we'll see if he can do that again here. It seems to go nearly every at-bat. Ball, strike, ball, strike, ball, strike. And the pitch. Fouled back. He is able to get the strike, but it is off the bat of Barry. And so another payoff pitch coming here momentarily. Pitch here is going to be line foul once again. Barry doing a good job protecting with 2 strikes. Eighth pitch of the at-bat coming up here to Barry. Frizzle looks in at Jennings. Williams awaiting in the pen. And now the pitch. Swung and fouled back again. Pitch number 9 coming up here in just a moment. This game began at 2:03. It is now 4:44, and we are in the top of the 8th inning. Still at least 2 more half innings to go. And the full count pitch is driven, picked up by the shortstop Morton, over to Burchett, over to first, and a double play. Nice play there by the Tornado defense. A run scores, but you'll trade 1 for 2 anytime. The double play after the long at-bat by Barry. And it'll bring up Mark Osorio. 1 for 4, had a single in his second at-bat. Other than that, a couple of groundouts and a strikeout. And out away from getting out of this one, Frizzle with a man on third, and the pitch. Outside for ball 1. It's 10-4 now. NATO's still leading by 6 here. As that one inside for ball 2. 2-0 here to Osorio. Osorio, the catcher for the Hornets. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and that one inside as well, 3-0. Three and 0 here. And we'll see if Frizzle can bounce back or if he will put Osorio on first. That one well outside. Another walk here for Frizzle. And runners on the corners once again for the Hornets. And it'll be another pinch hitter here in place of Wilson. It's going to be number 4, Luis Rivera Pelot. And in the media guide, shortened to just Luis Rivera, the infielder out of Riverview, Florida. We'll take his hacks here against Frizzle. So runners on the corners for Rivera here. And Frizzle trying to gut it out this inning. First pitch here. In there for a strike. Good start. No balls and a strike, and the pitch outside for ball 1. Ball and a strike. 2 outs here. Runners on first and third. 4 runs, 7 hits, 3 errors for the Hornets. 10 runs, 10 hits, and no errors for the NATOs. And the 1-1 here from Frizzle. Taken for strike 2. A ball and 2 strikes, and now a strike away from getting out of the top half of the 8th with a 6-run lead intact. Frizzle facing Rivera. Now the pitch. Breaking ball. Oh, just missed. Just missing, and now the count even at 2 apiece. Two balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. The pitch here from Frizzle. Swung on and missed. He got him. We will head to the bottom of the 8th. The NATOs holding a 10-4 lead. Back here in just a moment from Gil Cone Field as we hit the home stretch of this one. Back here for the home half of the 8th, it'll be a pinch hitter for the Tornadoes, number 42, Cameron Kilcoyne, freshman out of Flowery Branch, Georgia, the Georgia Cyber Academy. And the new pitcher is Gagno, who we saw earlier in the field, and that one is going to be caught. A nice play there by Osterman. Dale Osterman making a big play there in foul ground for out number 1, a quick retirement of Kilcoyne. Oh, I had to go a long way for that one. Was Osterman. And there's out number 1. And a pinch hitter is number 32, Parker Cruz. Cruz will come in place of Jennings. And the first pitch coming here from Gagno. In there for strike 1. No balls and a strike. 1 away. And the pitch. Hit in the air, right field, chasing after it the first baseman, and he will make the play there. Play made by number 12, Chuck Gratton, out of Pownell, Vermont, and 2 quick outs for the pinch hitters. Another pinch hitter here for the NATOs in place of Luke Morton. And the pitch by Gagno, low and outside for a ball. And this is number 43, Carson Whitehead, the freshman catcher, taking his first hacks. Pitch here from Gagno. That one is going to be fouled back. Ball and 2 strikes now. Apologies for a bit of a delay in the commentary the last few minutes. A lot of changes to keep track of out there in the field and at the plate. The 1-2 here from Gagno. High and away. Ball 2. And Gagno with a chance to have maybe the best inning we see from a Hornet pitcher if he quickly gets these 3 outs. He's already got 2 of them in the books. And the 2-2 to Whitehead. Fouled back. Whitehead, number 43, the freshman catcher, facing off here against Gagno, who we saw earlier in the field. He went 0 for 2 with a walk at the plate, and the pitch from him is outside, count full. And it seems like with a 10-4 victory, or a 10-4 lead, Coach Victory is looking to get some guys some new opportunities here in the tail end of this one. 3-2, low and away, ball 4, and Whitehead will draw a 2-out walk. And another pinch hitter here in place of Blake Burchett is going to be Logan Sawyer. And the first pitch by Gagno to him will be taken for a ball outside. Gagno, the pitch, taken for strike 1. Sawyer in the box now. And the pitch. Outside, 2 balls and a strike. Sawyer, the freshman infielder from Asheboro, North Carolina, Uhari Charter Academy, where he hails from. 2 balls and a strike, and that one fouled straight back. Count even at 2 apiece. Two balls and 2 strikes here to Sawyer. And the pitch. Low and outside, ball 3. Gagno in danger of a second straight walk after recording 2 quick outs. Three and 2 here to Sawyer, and the pitch. Swung on, tipped, and he'll stay alive. Fouled back there by Sawyer. We'll have another payoff pitch coming here in just a moment. Whitehead took off with the count full. But we'll do it once again. Gagno comes set. And the pitch, runner going. That one is ripped into center field. It'll drop for a base hit. Coming up and throwing to third. It will not be in time. Going for second is Sawyer. He will have it. And a 2-out double here. Or a single. It'll be ruled a single. Sawyer advancing to second on the throw. And this one is going to be Kenneth Pridmore coming to the plate. The senior out of Hendersonville, North Carolina, East Henderson High School, transfer over from Caldwell Community College. And we'll see what he's got with 2 men in scoring position here in the bottom of the 8th. A 6-run lead for the NATOs and a chance to add on here. Gagno got 2 quick outs and has quickly ran into trouble since then. The pitch here, taken outside for a ball. This game nearing 3 hours in duration. First pitch was at 2:03, nearly 5 o'clock here in Brevard. And a 1-0 count here to Pridmore. Ball and no strikes here to Pridmore, and the pitch. Swung on and missed on the high and tight. And the count even at 1 apiece. Whitehead on third, Sawyer on second. And the 1-1. Low and away for ball 2. Two balls and a strike. Hitters count here to Pridmore. And the pitch. Grounded foul down the third base side, and the count even at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away here in the bottom of the 8th. NATO's leading at 10-4. And Pridmore looking to extend the inning. Gagno trying to shut it down. Looking in now, getting his signs now. Gagno sets. Looks in once more and fires, and that one taken for strike 3. Gets Pridmore looking in. That is going to be it for inning number 8. Back here in just a moment for the top of the 9th. The NATOs trying to close this one out at home with a 6-run lead and earn victory number 4 on the season. Back here in just a moment. New pitcher here, Aiden Williams. Couple of changes here for the Tornadoes, including, looks like Chandler Bryson at second. Rushing still at first. Morton at short. Vasquez at third. Mattern still in right. And in left field It'll be Cameron Kilcoyne. As Williams tries to close this one out and throws a ball here to start it. Pitch is low for another ball. 2-0, and the pitch here from Williams. Taken for a strike. At the plate is number 22, Nolan Barber. And that one tipped back foul. Behind the plate is Carson Whitehead, who we saw last inning. Two balls and two strikes here, and the pitch. Taken for a strike, and they may have gotten the count confused. Called a strike at first, and then a foul. And looks like they got it right. It will be a strikeout. Some confusion there, but a strikeout here for Williams to start things off. Gets Barber to fan. And now it'll be Chuck Gratton at the plate. Gratton getting his first hacks here in the top of the ninth. Pitch here from Williams. Behind him for ball two. His teammates encouraging him that he should have let that one hit him. Williams, 2 balls and no strikes, 1 out, nobody on here in the ninth. Nato's trying to close it out, and the pitch is swung on, chopped over, right side. Rushing has it. He'll toss to Williams. Williams will beat Gratton to the bag, and there's out number 2. So one more batter standing in the way of the Tornadoes and a victory, and that is number 2, Joe Raffis. Raffis 0 for 1 with a strikeout looking, and a lefty-lefty matchup here. The pitch swung on and missed. Strike 1. No balls and a strike, and the pitch swung on and missed. Nato's now a strike away from finishing this one off. Game time officially at 3 hours and 2 minutes as Williams prepares for the 0-2. And the pitch low and outside for ball 1, and we'll have to wait for at least another pitch for this one to officially be a W in the books. Nato sitting at 3-3 for at least another moment, on the verge of capturing victory number 4 here in 7 tries. The pitch from Williams, thought about it, instead takes it for ball 2, low and out. And Williams with a couple of chase pitches now has the count evened up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here in the top of the ninth. Nato's trying to close it out. Williams comes set. The lefty fires, and he's going to hit him. A hit by pitch there for Raffis. And we've seen a few hit by pitches here today. 4 hit by pitches on the day, 2 from each side. And now Williams will get another crack at it here. The pitch taken outside. Ball 1. This is Cavanaugh back up. Cavanaugh had a double his first time up against Jacob Frizzle. And the pitch here from Williams. Swung on line, caught! Caught it short, and that's going to be the ball game. Luke Morton makes the play, and the Natos get the victory 10-4. And as it turns out, the 5-run first inning proved to make a huge difference. The Tornadoes win the first of 3 here against the Northern Vermont University Lyndon Hornets. NATOs, 10 runs, 11 hits on no errors, 4 runs, 7 hits on 3 errors for the Hornets. For Brevard, the offensive attack was led by Cale Ayler, an RBI triple, a solo home run, a single, and a walk in 5 trips to the plate. Logan Clark added an RBI single as well as a walk. Blake Burchett got hit by a few pitches and stole some bases. Frankie Vasquez with a couple of RBIs, an RBI double and an RBI infield single. Lucas Granada with an inside-the-park home run in this one. And Jacob Thompson with 5 innings of 1-run ball. The bullpen able to hold it down pretty well for the most part the rest of the game. Gave up 3 runs in 4 innings of relief. NATO's getting the victory 10-4. Once again, 10 runs, 11 hits, no errors for the NATOs, 4 runs, 7 hits, 3 errors for the Hornets. Doubleheader tomorrow starting at 11:30 here against the Hornets right here at Gil Cone Field. Don't miss it, folks. More Tornado baseball coming your way tomorrow at 5:30 tonight. Coming up here in just a little bit, we have the Brevard College men's basketball team taking on North Carolina Wesleyan in the second round of the USA South basketball tournament. And then right after that, in the same spot at 7:30, the Tornadoes women's basketball team taking on North Carolina Wesleyan in round 2 of their conference tournament. NATO sports in full swing right now. NATO's getting the win 10-4 here today at Gil Cone Field. 2 more games tomorrow. Until then, I am Brady Penn signing off. Let's go NATOs.